Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I want you to imagine this situation when you're applying to a foreign university or applying for a job or maybe dreaming to date that girl or whatever, immigrate in a new country, and then you think, I'm probably not worth it. And you think that other people who are actually in that university or working in that company, they're so different from you. They have this amazing education or they have these amazing parents who help them get whatever they've got in their lives. Basically, I had the same feeling. I want to tell you my story when I was applying to those American universities who gave me full financial assistance, and I was really scared to apply to the top universities. Although my GPA in Russia, that's where I'm from, was high, and I was like, but nobody cares about me. Those guys in America, they're so talented and they're so different, and why should I apply to Stanford or Harvard? They wouldn't even consider me because I'm different, because they wouldn't be able to assess my success in Russia, because basically it doesn't mean anything for them. And so I didn't apply to those universities. And I should tell you that I later regretted it. So basically now I would never know whether they would have accepted me or not. Like I've always had this problem with believing in myself, and I'm very thankful to my parents who always told me, like, you're the best, you're gonna do that. But I've always thought, especially when I met Americans, it's not just about, Americans, but I think people from the States are the best marketers ever. They can market themselves like no one else in the world. They would be able to highlight their success and to present their failure as a win. And I actually met this company. The company was founded by American guys, and they received investment from an accelerator, and they were like flying in private jets to fundraise in different parts of the world, and they were like showing off how well they're doing. They haven't actually had a product, but they said they're going to launch it like next week, and then the next week they would say they're going to launch it next week. But they presented themselves so well, and I thought, wow, this company is amazing. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing the presentations, the pitches, they're doing that so well, so I'm not even going to compete with them. But later, when they raised a lot of money, yes, they did it, because as I said, they're good sellers. They hired like 20 people. They shut down the shop in 3 months. They were broke because they haven't had any product. Yes, they were good sellers. And this is what I'm telling you guys. Like, if you see somebody bragging about their success, maybe if you learn them a little better, you would realize you're actually doing much better than they are. And like when I'm talking to people sometimes here in San Francisco, they would say so many awesome things about their startup, but if you continue talking to them, like 3 or 4 weeks, you would realize their app or their product they're building, it's not even working. They just have this idea of it working, and it happens everywhere. The purpose of this video is to make you believe in yourself. What we, like Russians and other nations, I think lack is believing in yourself. Because, for example, if your country used to be communist like mine, or you have this culture when if your father worked for some particular company, then you would work for this particular company, and any deviation would be seen as a failure. So when I tried to start my own company, my grandparents didn't really understand what I was doing, because entrepreneurship in Soviet countries was equal to crime, because people thought that entrepreneurs actually steal other people's money because they buy cheaper goods and they sell them for high prices. It was kind of non-standard path, because many people would do what their parents used to do, like go to work for the same company. And everybody would tell me like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? And my parents would be like, are you sure you don't want to go and work for a bank? And so just make sure you're doing what your heart tells you to do. I know this sounds so cliche or whatever, I don't know the exact word for that, but don't think that you're worse than others. Don't think that you should do what others tell you to do, because you would never be in a place where you want to be. And it's always important to shoot higher. There's another story from my life when we were building the startup LinguaTrip. my founder would always tell me, hey, we're going to be the biggest company in the industry, we're going to raise from the best investors in the world. And I was like, why do you think so? Because you see, I still have I still have it, and I thought, well, what are we here in America compared to other American people building startups? They are from here, they have education from Stanford, why would the best investors ever invest in us? And he was like, no, we should try, we should do that, and we should really high. So we shot for investors who invested in Facebook and Apple, and we were just writing emails to them. And I was surprised, like some people even replied. But of course they weren't serious, so they didn't want to invest because they didn't know us. We were back in Russia, you know. But because we shot so high, we were actually able to get higher than our expectations. So we kind of expected to raise this amount of money from these investors. But we hoped that we might raise from these investors, and we ended up raising from these investors, so actually higher than what we expected. And this applies to everything in our life. So if you're thinking of getting in this particular university, like you think you're a good fit, go on and try some universities that are a little high level. Or if you want to get that job, try to apply for a little more complicated, more well-paying job. Because if you shoot higher, you would get a little higher than you expect. So yeah, basically, as I said, we were able to raise from the investors, and we were able to get this company into the States. But again, I had my doubts, and I'm very happy that I had a co-founder who actually believed. And I want you guys to be like my co-founder, believing in yourself and shooting higher, and not buying those stories from people who are bragging about themselves, because actually people who are really successful, they don't go and brag around showing off how they sold that company and blah blah blah. And don't get intimidated by that. Just be yourself, believe in yourself, and I like to think that I should try. Like, I just have one life. If I don't try, I would never know if I would get in. If I don't get in, it's okay. Like, my life doesn't end here, because if we're talking about universities, you're still applying not to just one, you're applying to 6 or 5, which is the best number of universities to apply in one round. And this is not the last job you're getting. If you fail during the interview, it's okay, but you would just have this experience, and you would know what it feels like to be on that level. You will see those people, and maybe when you meet them, as I said, I had this amazing, weird feeling about people who studied in Stanford, because I thought they are some geniuses, they are from Mars, so you kind of become like those people. But when I met those people, I realized they just, you know, they're smart, they're nice, but they're ordinary. They're just like us. Basically, they're just people who believed in their dreams, who shot higher, and who were a little lucky, of course, but luck comes to those who work a lot. I hope this video motivates you guys to reach higher than you expect, and let me know what you think about this topic. Have you ever had this feeling that you're not worth it and you will never get what you want? And I hope it, helps you to make this first step towards your dream and believe in yourself, and let this video be a kick in the ass. If you like it, please put a like, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I had this puppy sleeping next to me today while shooting this video, and he wanted to say bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Believe in yourself. Yes?